Go. Let's see. Alright, so you were supposed to play a match around 40 minutes ago, but it didn't go through.
Yeah, you scheduled wrong apparently.
Yeah, so it seems, or at least didn't take all his meetings into account. But it is what it is. You said you could play like 2 hours later, which and you freed up time for it. I don't know if I would have done it, but I think you're the nicer opponent between the two of us. Either way, are you ready for an interview?
Yeah, go on.
Alright. So, could you give us a quick introduction of who you are?
Uh,
So,
I'm Glitch.
so
I started playing Pokemon in like 2016 when Pokemon Go started.
oh, you came from Pokemon Go actually.
Yeah,
Oh, you don't hear that too often. So, 2016 was still ORAS, wasn't it? Or was it just Sun and
Yeah.
Moon?
it was Orash, I think.
ORAS, alright. So that's a bit of a throwback for me.
Right.
So,
I really started going into Smoke on like 2020.
2020, so quite, or like decently new, I suppose you would say, to
Yeah.
Showdown, Smogon, and everything around it.
I'm mainly play 1v1. Started in like late Gen 7, early Gen 8.
Right, so yeah, I was about to ask which tier do you come from, and everyone always has the same answer. It's 1v1. I think that's basically where all the 2v2 players come from.
Yeah, either that or double.
Yeah, I think I might be the only one who comes from double Ubers, but that's a story for another time. Either way, so how new are you to 2v2?
Like I've built some teams before with Adam,
Yeah,
but
I'm.
I
Yeah.
really only started playing in this tour.
Oh wait, so you signed up and then you started playing?
Yeah,
Well, okay, well that's quite interesting. So, you are on Mup's team, right? Gastro World.
Yeah.
So that it's quite unusual, I suppose, that someone with no experience beforehand of 2v2 gets bought. So, did you know Mups from something else, or?
yeah, 1v1.
Wait, he's also 1v1er? I suppose I could have guessed it, but.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, I built quite decent, quite good teams in 1v1 in Gen 8.
Yep.
So I think that helped me get drafted and stuff. Hopefully.
Okay. So would you say Gen 8 is also your most confident generation to play in?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think of 2v2, by the way, since well, you're quite new to it? What's your perception of it so far?
I feel like it some depth to it,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's a lot of strategies that like could incorporate it outside of 1v1.
So would you say it has more depth, or just a different version or form of strategy?
Quite hard to say. I've only built a few teams so far.
Alright,
But
so
like yeah, probably more depth because you can tech stuff for more stuff, I guess.
right, that's quite interesting too, and also quite good, I think. So that's basically. Yeah, I was about to ask you to your previous 2v2 experience, but it sounds like your previous experience was the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of Gen 9 so far? Since Gen 9 is not out for that long, Home still needs to come out, but just Gen 9. What do you think of it?
I feel like it's a bit underexplored right now. A lot of stuff can still be viable. You'll see in my game when I play Nick.
Okay, so
soon,
you're
but,
keeping that one under wraps for till you play.
Yeah, I don't know when you release this.
Um, this video, I don't know, it depends on how long it takes. If it takes this interview like forever for some reason, then I'll just upload it tomorrow since it needs to render and all that stuff. If it takes like, I don't know, 15 minutes, it's probably up by tonight.
Yeah,
Since
okay.
you're just GMT time, right? Plus 0 GMT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm plus 1, so if no, I'm not gonna catch your game sadly, because that would be quite late for me, but it's already quite late, so I don't know, maybe it just goes up tomorrow anyways. Either way, so Gen 9, you would say it's mainly unexplored right now. So,
Yeah, a
like,
lot of stuff still viable. Like, I mean, there's like just naming a few mons, Glimora,
yeah, I like that you
Mm.
say that. I was thinking of that Pokemon earlier today.
Mm.
You think Glimmora?
Glimora, yeah, Glimora, D-Knight, Gara, Baxcalibur,
Yeah.
Volcarona,
Which Volcarona?
Sand, normal
Normal.
Volcarona, Amoonguss, Sandy Shocks, Azu, Sylveon.
Sylveon, I can feel you in, but Azu is pretty. Like, I don't want to say underexplored. I think people know about Azu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or at least I really like Azu in Gen 9. I think it has potential.
Yeah, just naming a few mons, but like,
Yeah, of course.
still
Scizor, maybe.
Still a lot more. Yeah, Sizzle.
I think, let's say Indeedee gets banned, or like some complicated ban about Psychic Terrain gets banned. I'm not sure if that will ever happen, but in my fantasy world, I think Scizor would be a top 10 Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, but I also heard a lot of people saying, I talked to, saying, you know, the problem with Gen 9 is that just there are 6 really good Pokemon, and they are just too good to use anything else. You just have to use one of those 6 Pokemon, or you need to build a full counter team towards those 6 Pokemon. How do you feel about that? Or do you feel like, as people explore the meta a bit more, or explore the tier more, and what it has to offer, that will kind of fix itself eventually?
I feel that's mostly accurate. I mean, looking at my teams, I've got one of the 6 Pokemon on every single team.
Yeah,
it's
so
either like GU, Flutter,
Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were talking about also the underused Pokemon. It's a shame your games didn't play yet, otherwise we could have touched on that. But so we'll have to wait to see if that works out or not. So far, what do you think of the tournament too? Like, are you enjoying it? Well, what do you think of it?
So it's good. Like in team chat, we just try to prep and give each other support and stuff. I've played in team tours before, but
1v1, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think of your team? Is it like mainly helpful? What type of team would you describe it as? Or is that something you prefer not to answer, which I also would understand?
I think I like most of the SV building.
Yep.
So I do a lot of the SV building in the team chat. I would say.
Yeah.
But the other 2 SV players, Ratpacker and Berzinger, they still build some of the teams.
Alright, so you would say your main SV team builder or supporter, whatever the term is you want to use.
Oh, yeah, me, PA, and Adam build a lot.
Oh, is Adam also on your team?
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I forget it, I always assume he's from the Iron Bundle Ballers team because of Chris. You might not know because, as you said, you were new, but those are a bit of a duo, I suppose you could say. They managed the last tour together. Either way. What was I about to say? Oh yeah. So, what are your plans for future tournaments? For 2v2, I mean. Are you thinking of signing up again if a solo tour comes out, maybe, or a ghosting tour?
Yeah, I think I'll probably play more of SV as SS became an old gen, then SV1v1 isn't
Dire shame.
really that. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. So wait, in terms of 1v1, I'm not a 1v1 player. I've never played it. I don't think I've ever even seen a match. Is it even worse than Gen 9 in terms of how over-centralized it is by some of the Paradox Pokemon and the other big threats?
It's kind of a combination with the ban waves and the
Of course.
and lots of people just like ladder is very different from tour playing, as you might know. So one of the reasons is there's not really a lot of competitive tours right
Yeah.
now for
Yeah.
SV1v1.
Yes.
And with the ban
Mhm.
and with the ban waves, the tier's not really gonna get innovated.
Yeah, that's a shame. In TUF 2 also the teams or like the player base got hit decently hard by it just because they share such a large overlap of players. In one front at the moment, I doubt anyone doesn't know about this, but there's quite a lot of shenanigans going on there with a lot of people getting banned because of one or more group chats. I think Crunchman has full victim of it. I don't know if victim is the right word, but has fallen to it, I suppose, together with a lot of the 2v2 players. But are there a lot of other 1v1 players that don't play in 2v2 that also got banned in that big ban wave?
Yeah, there's probably one or two.
One or two extras, or
Yeah.
like big
Like,
names, or just randos?
Yeah, big names probably. I need to find the full list, but
Yeah, but well, you can tell me anything. I believe you. I don't know who plays 1v1. I assume everyone in 2v2 plays 1v1. That's all I assume.
yeah, most of the people that got banned play 1v1.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? I don't know. Maybe you can shine some light on the ban waves, or do you know as much as the rest of us do?
The ban waves were kind of like it started when really Gen 9 first started actually. So there was a lot of debate on terrestrialization.
Mm-hmm.
With some people saying that should be banned or shouldn't be banned. And so a ladder tour was created due to some random events happening.
One of those tours to suspect a thing if
Yeah.
it's viable
No,
for
not-
or not.
No, an official ladder tour. but like
Unofficial or unofficial?
Unofficial ladder tour
Unofficial, alright.
in a Discord server, which when the ladder tour ended, just became like a
Public.
side server, I guess. Yeah, just a side server, I guess.
Yeah.
And some of those logs there were taken out of context by mods.
Would you say it was taken
And-
out of context, or was it rightful what happened all there?
I would say some of it was justified because some of the people went too far,
Mm-hmm. But you would
but
say,
most of them were taken out of context.
yeah. So I can imagine. I wasn't there, of course, but I could imagine that maybe some comments even taken out of context might be a little bit unsavory, but maybe not require a perm ban, or the severity of the punishment was maybe a bit too much for what happened. But of course, I don't know what was said, so maybe like the most atrocious stuff was said without me knowing it. That's also very possible. But maybe you can shine some light on that.
Yeah, I would say I don't know the logs myself. I don't have them myself, but yeah, hearing from other people, I would say were unjustified bans.
Yeah.
Like some of them just got straight of perm banned without like infract or anything.
Yeah, I'm not fully sure if it's also maybe a bit of a liking contest, if you know what I mean, how much you like someone, and that depends if you think it's justified or not, or unjustified. But as I said, I don't know anything about it, so I just keep that for what it is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll just keep that in the middle. This next part, you gotta be fully honest with me. If you don't want to talk about this one, I'll completely respect it. But your smoke on wall is it's quite curious. Let's see if I can find it. Your you know what I mean, smoke on wall with the, what's it called? Where's that shit? Board glitch. Yeah, if I look at your messages, there's some roleplay going on in there. Blunder even message you there. Like, what's going on there?
It's just like having fun.
Yeah.
Really.
I see Adam also comes from. Oh, wait. Are you on the 1v1 VR council? I see Adam saying something like that.
Yeah, I dropped out because SV became bad.
Oh, you stopped when it went over to Gen 9.
I was on Gen 9 VR console, but it
you
got
were
bad.
on Gen 9. Alright. Wouldn't you say that's more of a reason to stay, just to make sure you might be able to help the tier further?
Yeah, but like at the time I was feeling a bit burnt out and stuff. Didn't really want to.
Devote time to it.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. In the meantime, I also see like some, what would you call it, Discord roleplay going on there. Wait, where's the message? Oh, I hope it isn't lost. Ah, never mind, it's fine. Either way. So you are planning on or you're planning on playing future 2v2 tours?
Yeah.
Alright, that's cool to hear. It's always nice or fun to hear when people want to stay in the tier, tournament-wise. So, when we're now talking about tournaments, is there any player you are looking forward to play in this tournament? Or like, also outside of the tournament, that's also fine?
Let me pull up
the current active pool.
Yeah.
Do you have a link, or do you need me to link you it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Probably like Adam, Drip Legend.
Didn't you play Drip Legend? No, wait.
No. Yeah, probably Adam, Drip Legend, Potato.
Yeah. Adam, and Drip Legend. Well, let's see. You are on Gastro World. Let's see. Well, Adam is on your team, so you won't play in this tournament, but maybe one of the future tournaments. And then wait, you also said Potato Chan and Drip Legend?
Yeah.
Didn't you play Drip Legend last round?
No, I played EU and Frixel.
Oh, alright. Well, we'll look at those games a little bit later, but assuming Gastro World wins this, as Kof and the Scoundrels win their pool, you should be able to face off against both. Or like one of them at least.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we move on to the games from last week, I was planning on discussing the games you just played, but you didn't play them because of the schedule error on your opponent's part. I do want to ask first, who should we interview next? Because the reason why I'm interviewing you now is because Drip Legend said to me, you need to interview Glitched. Who would you say really should get an interview? Who's interesting?
Oh, probably Adam.
Adam. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really see any other. I mean, either. Yeah, just Adam.
Adam, alright, well, I'll try to get an interview with Adam. I would love to get an interview with Adam too. We've played quite a bit against each other in tournament, and from what I know, he has quite a long track record, so he must be a very interesting person to interview. I'll see what I can do. Either way, let me just find your games real quick. They're probably playing in the background of this video, which I'll do post. I'll edit that in post. Let me find it in the meantime, though.
Rayquaza division.
Quasar. Alright, let's see. Yeah, oh, you went 2-0. Well, that's something. That's good to see. Alright, so you played. Let's see, who did you play here? You went 3-0 against EU. Oh yeah, I remember this. I think I
Yeah.
casted this.
Yeah.
Alright, so you went with with an Iron Hands and a Chi-Yu, as everyone should. And little indeedy, what's it called? Support next to it with an Azumarill. So, what do you think of your opponent's team, EU, with the Rain, also of course an Iron Hands and then a Qin Bao? You don't see that too often, I think that's an underused Pokemon. But what do you think of his team?
His team looks like I can see it working, but
Doesn't it
I
just...
also
Yeah.
but your Azu matchup is weird, and like against water type specifically, water plus redirection is weird.
Redirection? Where's the redirection? Or
Like-
towards you mean? Like with your ND?
Like- Yeah.
Ah, okay. To be fair though, I think his team just loses to Iron Hands. And then you have like a counter for his Iron Hands, and then you should be good. Which,
I mean,
you brought.
I guess you could be Covert Cloak on some mon and then just double Iron Hands.
Yeah, I suppose, but I'm not sure how many people will run that, but if it works, it works. Yeah, then the floats. What do you think, by the way, that people use floats all over Barraskewda? Or don't you have really an, or the... Sorry, what did I want to say? Man, it's getting late for me. Or don't you have really a strong opinion on that?
It's got more. I guess it's faster,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't really need the speed for anything.
You are also stronger, though, I think.
Yeah, you're
stronger
also
and
stronger.
faster. You're just less
Yeah.
bulky, and your moveset is better, but your step water is worse.
I guess.
So let's say you needed to build a rain team. Would you go with Barraskewda or would you go with Floatzel?
Oh, I built a rain team. I went with Floatzel.
Oh, yeah. People really don't show love for that poor old Barraskewda. I suppose Floatzel's considerably older though. Right, then we go. Oh yeah, I think you were the only. Look, I'm looking at Game 2 by the way, but I think you were the only person in this tournament to use a Dragonite.
Oh, I haven't really seen the games.
Mm-hmm. Either way, you said Dragonite was one of those Pokemon that really wasn't used enough or is underexplored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Dino was actually AV, and it had
Multi-skill.
multi-scale of course, but like it had 6 EVs.
In what? 6 EVs in attack, speed, HP.
Yeah, like six EVs, like EVs in all the stats.
Wait, in total it had 6 EVs.
No, I'll show you one. Yes.
Yeah, you're kind of baffling me. I don't know what to think of this news. Alright, how did you want to show it? Just through Pokepaste or something?
Just in chord.
Yeah, let me just check. You mind me showing it, or should I just open it on my phone or something so people then see it? What do you prefer?
I
Oh
don't
wait, I
mind.
see it. Oh, oh, you had it spread out like that. It had something of everything. Well, that's quite a curious set. I won't lie. A brave nature. All right. Yeah, so wouldn't you say Dragonite? Well, Dragonite, of course, in OOU is very strong, and probably also singles. I don't know how it is in there, but E-speed Terra normal. But it doesn't have Terra
Yeah,
here. So is it still that useful, would you say?
it's still useful. It lives a lot. It lives. So this lives. This set lives. Uh, Modest Life Orb Flutter after a multi scale break from Scarf Trio.
Wait, after a well, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, it lives a lot.
But what does it do in return, though? Does it kill? I suppose with Iron Head it could kill back.
Yeah.
Well, this game, let's see. Well, it must have worked out because you won 3-0. The Chopo Berry really saves you on the Annihilate, but that I don't know. That Annihilate being faster. You told me I think the Chi-Yu was a slow Chi-Yu, right?
Yeah, it was zero invest.
Yeah, but I think Annihilate was Scarf anyway, or at least I think I was told that. Might be wrong though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if we look at game 3, you really brought the yeah, you brought the 4 Paradox. Wait, they're called Paradox Pokemon, are they? Besides Chi-Yu? You know
Yeah.
the 4 standard.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
EU brought a very weird concoction of all sorts of things that don't per se match that well. I would personally say. What do you think of his team, if you're honest?
I guess you could like. I guess his idea was to beat Chi-Yu Flutter with Talent 8. Like just click Tailwind and Ape lives a Fire Blast from Life Orb Chi-Yu. You don't even need that much invest.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure about the last two. It's kind of weird.
I do think they both have potential, but just not in this team, not in this way.
Yeah.
And then he leads off with Grimmsnarl Talonflame, which is even weirder as a double, but it didn't work out for him as we see. The quick card Iron Valiant, it's slowly becoming a staple. The quick card Valiant. Do you know who thought of it, or is it just something everyone thought of at the same time, kind of deal?
I think I thought of it for like because I was building with Iron Valiant Chi-Yu and saw it lost to Slitherwing Iron Valiant
Mm-hmm.
with like faint first impression.
Yep.
So I just put quick for no reason.
Okay.
For
Well,
that
I mean,
reason.
for a reason apparently.
Yeah.
Alright, so if I scroll down, oh, again, you won both 3-0. That's quite nice. So wait, how does that feel? Like you're new to the tier, and then you win your 2 games 3-0.
I think my prepping was just better.
Yeah, I suppose that also goes for 1v1, but this tier's mainly prepping.
Yeah. My clicking in 1v1 isn't that good, isn't that great. Like I would say I'm decent at clicking, but I'd still lose to a lot of people.
With clicking, you mean just playing it out, right?
Yeah.
But you would say your preparation makes up for that.
Yeah, my building is far more better.
But your playing ability is worse, but your building is better than average. You would say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite interesting. So, game 1, Frixolf. I've heard his name before, but I don't think I've seen him in 2v2. Is he a 1v1 player by any chance?
He's a doubles player, I think.
Sorry?
A doubles player.
Maybe maybe I wait. Let me try. Maybe I found him on the ladder once. I don't know. What's his elo? GNWU 1500s. Maybe when I was climbing up. I don't know. Yeah, bringing a bit of a PandaDocs team, I would say, Frixel, with the Mimikyu, of course an Iron Hands, a Torkoal next to it, I assume to, I don't know, just work under Trick Room. And then you brought, I suppose it's a core at this point, Chi-Yu, Iron Hands, especially in combination with indeed the female.
Yeah.
And then Azu as why would you take on the Azu like that? I like it, but is it mainly to counter another Chi-Yu, or like is it just strong in general? What's the reason for the Azu on the team? Or is that the secret we are not supposed to know?
Just for like other rain and just for like better rain matchup and like better into Iron Hands Chi-Yu, I guess.
Well, I suppose it worked for the rain thing. You win your first game of that with that idea. And where he brought Iron Hands Mimikyu. Honestly, I don't know how Frixel lost this. He had, I would say, picked a pretty good matchup, and then I think it went wrong with Mimikyu Drain Punching instead of Trick Rooming, and Iron Hands not faking out the Azu. It was that's a bit of a strange game, I would say.
Are we on game 2?
We're still in game 1, but if I'm looking at game 2, oh, game 2 is also quite strange. Both bringing the Talonflame. Oh, the Baxcalibur, you were talking about that earlier. So what would you say is the big thing about Baxcalibur?
Honestly, it lives a lot.
It's just
like,
the bulk?
It's just bulky, and
Strong.
Ice Dragon is strong typing, I guess.
Wouldn't you say it's
It lives...
the new worse Kieran Black?
Yeah, but it still lives a lot. Even after it lost Spadef from Kieran Black.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
it lives... If you slap AV on it, it lives Flutter Main, Moonblast, and Armor Rouge, E-Forces in Psychic Terrain.
I'm just looking at the stats at the moment. Baxcalibur, I hope I'm spelling that right. Yeah, I'm doing. Alright, yeah, it has, of course, less attack. Everything has less attack than Kieran Black. You just don't beat that in terms of attack. Yeah, it has just worse stats, a little bit worse stats overall. But I suppose with Kieran Black not being in this meta, it might prove quite useful.
Yeah.
And you also brought Annihilate. You don't see Annihilate all that much anymore, would you? Or don't you?
Like, it's a fighting type that beats Iron Hands, I guess.
I suppose, yeah, it does. Maybe that's a bit underused.
Yeah.
Do you know if Talonflame Bravebird kills Flutterman, or are they all EV'd to live the Bravebird?
You need like 25256 to live.
Damn, really?
Yeah,
quite hefty.
something like that.
So that was his reason for Quick Guard.
Yeah, you need a lot to live.
Yeah, well, Talonflame isn't the strongest. It's fairly clear that Fluttermane is definitely not the the most defensive Pokemon on the block. It's quite crazy that it isn't Assault Vest Baxcalibur, I think.
It is.
Oh, it is AV?
Yeah, it is AV.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that's quite the crazy damage it snacked up. As if it was nothing.
Yeah, Moonblast did 54. No way, that's not AV.
Yeah, I mean, you must know it's your team. Would you say at the moment Assault Vest is one of the best items in 2v2?
Yeah, if you don't get pressured by Fake Out, if you can beat Fake Out,
You
then
should
yeah.
be good. Alright,
Yeah.
and then when we look at game 3, this is just a reminder for everyone. This was still last week. This isn't the playoffs now. A Riolu, okay. So what was your whole idea by Riolu, besides that it has Prankster, Follow Me, and Fake Out?
It doesn't get follow me,
It
at
doesn't,
least not
wait.
in this gen. Not this gen, at
Uh,
least.
It used to get it though, right? Wait, no. Now I must know. Wait, let me look. I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, we got it in SM.
It has. It has.
Yeah, it has it in. It has follow me in SM.
Yeah, I was about to say. I remember Riolu having something like that. It also has Quicker, so Quicker really saved you there, I suppose.
Yeah. This team was actually like the same team as the Quick Card Iron Valiant team.
But just a bit different.
But I just put Riolu on it.
Do you think Riolu is better than Iron Valiant for support?
I mean, like, you get worse Technu matchup because I was like SD Iron Valiant. What's that? Do you get slightly more bolt?
With Eviolite, I think you might even. It's just Iron Valiant is so. What do you call it?
Whale.
Riolu. Iron Valiant. Your HP is worse, but not by that. You know what? I think you. Yeah,
You get more speed def.
No, you get the same amount of speed def, don't you? Wait. Slash DT Violite. Does it double or no? You get the same amount of speed def. You just get a little bit worse defense and a little bit worse HP. On the other hand, it gets Fake Out, something Iron Valiant doesn't. Wait, Riolu does not get Fake Out?
No.
No? Where? Why I'm... I don't know, maybe I'm just messing something up, confusing it with another Pokemon, but yeah, I don't know, in that case maybe Riolu isn't as good as Iron Valiant. Besides from that it brings the unexpected factor in.
I counter on it, so I guess that'd be like better Iron Hands matchup, better Tengu matchup, maybe.
Maybe. Also, by the way, I just checked, I don't know if you're... Oh no, it doesn't have Prankster, never mind. Even though Lucario is still bulkier, even without Eviolite. Anyway, I think that's basically all there was to talk about. In terms of the games, we just saw all the games, and I think I asked basically everything I wanted to ask. I don't know if there's anything you want to bring up or touch upon, or maybe go a bit more in depth on, but is there any? Is there anything you want to touch upon? Hello? Glitched, are you still there? Oh, your mic died. Damn. In that case, we rounded it up right before.
Right, I'm back.
Oh, there you are. So
I'm using the laptop mic.
it sounds fine. Either way, is there anything you want to touch upon, or is this or did we talk about everything you also wanted to talk about?
Not really. Maybe I would if I played the Nick game.
Yeah, it's a shame it hasn't happened yet. I'll definitely look forward to it towards it, since I just got my memory refreshed by watching your games, and you seem to build quite interesting, which is always a treat to see. It's always fun to see people build a little different. But we'll be keeping an eye out for you, and we'll definitely try to get Adam on. Alright, well, thanks for the interview, and good luck in your games.
Hey, bye.
Bye.